Well, this lecture talks about how to rename some of the variables in the data frame. So the first couple of lines actually, reading data. For example, I use library foreign to invoke the function, to call the function read.dta to reading a stata dta data file. And then I use the subset function to select uh, cases, rows, and columns, that is variables, and then drop missing cases. Next, let's focus on rename variables. There are two methods I'm going to go over in this short video about how to rename variables. First, we can use names function to list all the variables in the data frame. So in this case, the data frame is called mydta. So I highlight that part and run through, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 variables, right? And what I want to do is I want to rename this sex variable into a gender, right? So names parenthesis data frame is going to list all the names, but here for all these names, okay, among which sex is going to be reset to gender. So this is assignment sign. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, and let's list all the names again. See that? The sex, the third column in data frame, sex has become gender, the variable name. So that's one way to do that. Well, next, let's take a short detour to see what happens if we do something crazy. Let's say, um, we want to, let's say, rename all the variable names in this data frame, mydta. But here, accidentally, I only enter two variable names, okay? The first and second. Does it recycle? That would be my question, okay? So let's do this. Okay, and let's list all the variable names again. Well, see what happens. It changes, or it renames the first two variables, but leave the rest of it alone. At the same time, getting rid of all the variable names. Okay? That's when we have kind of incompatible vector for variable names. But let's redo this, okay? Names, and let's have all the correct variable names specified, okay? Using their original variable names, okay? And let's redo it again. See, they are reassigned with their original variable names, A second method to rename variable names is to use the rename function from tidyverse meta package. But first, we need to well, actually, rename is from this package dplyr, which is a fast, consistent tool for working with data frame like objects both in memory and out of memory. dplyr is a package within this meta package tidyverse. Okay, then I'm going to do the following thing. Okay? That is, I'm going to assign mdta into, with this pipe operator to assign this data into the first argument of rename. That is, we're going to use rename to work off mydta, and we're going to change the name sex, the old variable name, into the new variable name gender. So the new variable name going to be on the left, and old variable name going to be on the right of the equality sign. And we're going to work off this mydta data frame. And then after all these operations, we're going to rename this new data into mydta.tibble. And we're going to take a glimpse of mydta. And also, we're going to take a glimpse of what? mydta tibble data. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay. Okay. So the variable name here in glimpse of my DTA is still sex, right? Let's see the next glimpse. Well, it becomes gender. Becomes gender. And again, glimpse is a function from the same package, that rename is from. Okay, it basically takes a glimpse of the data. Right, and it's going to list, the variable name, then the variable type, data type, and then the first couple observations. Right, glimpse.